Hello, welcome to Yoga to You.
My name is Robin. My goal is to share a yoga practice with you that meets you right where you are. Yoga is about coming home to ourselves, just as we are. So as we begin our practice, whatever pose or movement we're doing, please remember if it hurts, change it, modify it, skip it if that's what you need. So make your way to your practice area, whether it's a mat, a towel, or a blanket, and we will get started. Starting in a seated position. Sometimes this pose is called easy cross-legged pose. Check in with how this feels for you, first with your knees. One option is to add some support underneath the knees. Yoga blocks if you have them, if you don't. Pillows, blankets, you could roll up a blanket, put them underneath your knees. If knees don't like this pose, you can extend the legs out and add some support underneath the knees. So this is just a starting point. Checking in with our posture. Sitting tall. We'll move a little bit, starting with our head, creating some circles. Move your head around a few times in one direction, a few times in the other. And then we'll hold a stretch. You're going to drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. We'll do the other side. Bring your head up to center. And right ear, right shoulder. Bring head up to center. And drop your chin down toward your chest. And then bring it up and gaze up. We're going to do it one more time. If you have any tingles running from your neck to your shoulder, your fingers, reduce the intensity in your stretch. Bring head up. Let's go to the other side. Gentle stretch. Bring your head up to center. Dropping the weight of your head forward. And then bring the gaze up. Maybe look up. And the gaze comes neutral. We're going to get a little bit more movement in our spine. So these are called seated cow and cats. Hands can hook on the knees, maybe the thighs, maybe the shins. And you're going to rock to the back of the sit bones. Let your chin drop toward your chest. We're going to reverse that. Roll to the front of the sit bones. Take the shoulders back. Lean the collarbones up. And we'll do it again. This time adding a little breath. Press out all of the air. And as you lift your chest, inhale. And one more. As you exhale, round into your seated cat. And lift up. And come to seated cow. And from here, we're going to move into a pose called tabletop. So that's standing on our hands and knees. Now, checking in with the knees. So if you're on a hard surface, you could bring a blanket underneath the knees. Give them a little bit of cushion. Plant your hands under shoulders. Relax shoulders away from ears. So now we're going to take those same cow and cat movements. So you're going to inhale and lift your chest. And then exhale and round it out, stretch. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale to your cow pose. And exhale, round into cat. Last one here. Inhale. And round it out. Stretch into your cat. And now a neutral spine here. We're going to come into a calf stretch. So sit one leg back. Bring your toes to the mat. Press your heel back. Now if that's good, hold. Option, press the hands forward a little bit. It's going to bring a deeper stretch. And then try this. Bend the knee a little bit. See what that feels like. And then bring the leg more straight. See which one feels better for you. It'll change the way the stretch happens in your knee, your calf, your ankle. Exhale and release. Oh, we're going to do that on the other side. Take the opposite leg back, bringing the ball of your foot to the mat. Press the hands forward. You have a little bit of a bend in the elbows. And then maybe bend the knee. See how it feels on this side. Bring the leg more straight. And release. All right, with the knees underneath the hips, we're going to take a little bit of movement. So you're going to rock side to side. I just want to stretch the hips a little bit. Any sore spots you might find. You might sit there for a moment. Now that we have a little bit of movement into our hips, we're going to come back to seated for a moment here. And we're going to take the legs out. So there's lots of versions of frog pose. This is a gentle version with sit bones on the mat. You're going to take the hands underneath the knees, roll your shoulders back, lift your chest. Now, if you want more in the pose, you can take it to some more sensation by lifting your hips, sitting on that block. Your hands can be on the knees. You could bring elbows inside the knees, hands to touch. But one thing to watch right here on this one is if you have your hands on the inside of the knees, but then your shoulders cave in, as you can, bring your collarbones up, your chest up. Now check in with the stretch. So if you're holding your breath, that's your body's way of saying back out of the stretch. Now from here, we're going to get a little bit more movement in our hips. So if you have set on a block or something, come back down. Sit bones to the mat. Bring your hands behind you. They're going to act like the kickstand of a bicycle, where the shoulders stay back, chest stays lifted. And let the knees, as windshield wipers side to side. Your knees don't have to touch the ground. They might. But what we're looking for here is comfortable range of motion. Just letting our hips move. Now, if this is good, stay here. If you want to add a little bit more, you're going to bring your arms off the ground. You're going to lift your torso out of your waist and find some movement side to side. All right, now we're going to come into a stretch. So I call this one gentle pigeon. It's where our both knees are bent, knees pointing one direction, feet going the other. Now the hip that we're going to stretch is the one that's in front of us here. Bring your hands to the mat and slowly lower your torso toward your leg. And there's a little bit of traction happening here. So as your hands are out slightly in front of your knee, draw your shoulders back as you bring your chest toward the ground. And we're going to move a little bit. Depending on where your hips are tight, you can find the best stretch. I call this surfing around. So you can bring your chest down toward your shin and then go the other way. Lean a little to the opposite side. Your chest is going to go down more toward your thigh. Now, somewhere in there is going to be that stretch that's like, oh, that one feels so good. And that's where forearms can come down. If you get here and you feel like you can't breathe, This is where a pillow and a block might come in handy. Leaving the chest up. Lungs have a little bit more space. Notice what else you engage when you relax. Sometimes the toes do funny things. So you wiggle your toes, relax the toes. Check in with shoulders. If shoulders have climbed up toward the ears, you relax the shoulders back. Take another breath here. And then you can press forearms into the floor. Then the hands come back up. We're going to do the same stretch on the other side, moving into our gentle pigeon. You're going to sweep the feet around, bend the knees. And we'll go into the pose the same way, hands out in front. With some gentle traction. Now, as you bring your chest down, you're also lengthening your torso forward. And begin to surf around. Let your chest come toward your shin, your knee, over towards your thigh. It might feel like a little bit of a twist. And find your best spot. It might be different than it felt on the other side. Meet yourself where you're at. Forearms on a block if you like. Now, if this feels good, but you want a little bit more stretch, you can bring your chest down and walk the hands forward, as long as you can still comfortably breathe. More is not always better. Take a full breath in. And let it go. Walk your hands back. We're going to switch our feet. We're going to take our legs to our gentle pigeon position stretch. But now we want to get some movement in our back and our ribs. So whatever leg you've got in front, you're going to put that hand on the mat. The opposite arm, you're going to reach it back. Now, you could reach for a wall, maybe to the side. As it feels okay, reach back. So you get this opening across the chest. You can look up or up-ish. And we're going to take a twist here. So the lifted arm is going to curve underneath your chest, underneath the opposite armpit, and then turn and gaze the other way. Inhale. Open up the chest, bringing space between chin and throat, and tuck it under for your twist. We're going to do one more of those. Reach it back and twist. Unwind that. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Adjust. Making sure knees are comfortable. Supporting hand is by your hip. Opposite hand reaches back. And as much as it feels okay, getting some space in the front of that shoulder. Here's the twist. Now this side, tuck it underneath the opposite armpit. Rotate your torso, look the other way. Inhale and open it up. And here's the twist. Take it under and twist. And we'll do it one more time. Bring the arm under. And release. All right, now we're going to take the legs out straight. Or straight-ish. And you can shake them out. We're going to work into another twist. I'll give you a couple options. Remember, do which one feels the best for you. Starting by bringing your right foot in, so right foot is on the mat. Or your blanket or your towel, whatever your yoga space is. Take your right foot, step it over the left leg. And then either one hand on top of the other or interlace your fingers. Draw your knee towards your chest. Press the sit bones down. Sit tall. Now our target stretch is the outside of this hip. And if you're here and that feels like a really good stretch, hold. If you want a little bit more, hands are going to come more to the outside of the knee as you draw the knee across. You can start to twist your chest. And if you'd like a little bit more than that, left arm. It's going to capture the knee. But then take a look at your shoulder, because that shoulder might round forward. As you can, take the shoulder back. Energy from the top of your head reaches up, and then let your chest open. Maybe look behind you. Unwind your twist on this side. And release the leg. Same thing on the other side. Left foot to the mat. And you can adjust sit bones on the floor so you're sitting tall. Bring your left foot over the right. And there's some engagement here. Just notice whatever ground is underneath your foot. Press your foot down. Bring your knee toward your chest. Now, if that's good, hold. If you want a little bit more, hands can come to the outside, drawing the knee toward the opposite shoulder. But that movement is going to come in your leg. That's what's going to give you the stretch. So just be aware if that shoulder's coming forward, just encourage it back. And then go a little bit more. Capture that knee. Got a little bit of bicep curl going on here. Use some of that strength. Hold the leg in place. Shoulder back. Opening up the chest. Now your supporting hand, it could come to the ground. It could come behind you. It acts like the kickstand of a bicycle. And then look over your left shoulder. Unwind your twist. And then take the leg out. And walk it out. All right, I got one more for us. Working into some hip stretches. So this one is a seated figure 4. You can pick up the right leg, bend your knee, and right leg sets somewhere on the left. Depending on knees and hips, your right leg might rest on your shin. Or you can help it and you can bring it over the knee. That might be good. You could bring your hands behind you. Keep your shoulders away from the ears. Stretch. If you like, left foot to the mat or the ground. And then maybe find some movement. Depending on where your hips are tight, you can flow in and out of the stretch. You might notice that one spot is really tight. Be like, oh, sound effects encouraged. All right, we're going to do the other side. Give the legs a little walk out. And then you're going to pick up that left leg, bend the knee, and cross left foot somewhere on that right leg. Maybe it's below the knee. Maybe it's above the knee. Maybe right foot comes to the mat. Then if you're bringing right foot to the mat, check in with what happens in your back. So as the knees come in, if all of a sudden you're rounding to do that, you're cutting off some air that your body could use. One way to change that is to lean back, maybe walk the toes forward a little bit. So just having that space in the low back, space across the chest. Maybe a rock side to side. When that side feels like it's gotten a good stretch, release the legs and give them another walk out. So a couple good hip stretches for you for your day. Thank you so much for joining me. Whatever is ahead of you, take your best self with you. Yourself that's grounded, yourself that can pause with your breath and be present. And I hope to see you again soon.